Breaking news.
Cesar Milan, a towering figure in dog training, a master dubbed the Whisperer of Beasts, endured a devastating shock that no one could have foreseen. From the pinnacle of fame, he plummeted into the abyss of depression, bankruptcy, legal scandals, and even thoughts of ending it all. An empire forged through sweat, tears, and unwavering strides teetered on the brink of collapse. Yet, what's even more astonishing, he didn't surrender. After everything, Milan rose again, stronger, wiser. But at what cost did this rebirth come? The staggering truth behind the scenes of Dog Whisperer is something you've never heard before, and it will leave you utterly speechless. Before the name Cesar Milan became a beacon for dog lovers worldwide, before he graced television screens, before millions admired and debated his training methods, his life was confined to a small town in Mexico, Culiacan in the state of Sinaloa. Young Cesar Milan had nothing but a dream and a boundless love for dogs. He grew up on his grandfather's farm, where dogs weren't just pets, but cherished family members. Even as a child, Cesar shared an extraordinary bond with them. He didn't need to command or shout. With just a glance, a gesture, and quiet confidence, the dogs around him naturally obeyed. Little did he know this innate gift would one day transform his entire life. But Sinaloa wasn't a place to nurture grand dreams. It was a land of hardship, where the future often felt trapped within rigid limits. Cesar understood that if he wanted to turn his vision into reality, he had to leave. So, at 21, with a heart brimming with ambition and empty hands, Cesar Milan made the bold choice to depart his homeland for the promised land, America. The journey was far from easy. Penniless, unable to speak English, and without family or friends, he crossed into the U.S. illegally, carrying only a fierce belief that, given a chance, he could achieve something remarkable. His early days in America were an endless stretch of struggle. He scraped by, taking any manual job he could find, washing cars, delivering newspapers, cleaning houses. Yet one thing remained constant: his devotion to dogs. In his toughest moments, he still watched them, understood them, and above all believed he could accomplish something greater. Opportunity knocked when Cesar landed a job at a pet grooming shop. It was there he began to showcase his talent. The most ferocious dogs, ones no one dared approach, grew calm in his presence. The shop owner took notice and entrusted him with the most challenging cases. From a humble worker, Cesar steadily gained a reputation in the pet care world. But Cesar wasn't content to stop there. He yearned to do more, to help dogs with behavioral struggles, those abandoned or mistreated. With that vision, he founded the Pacific Point Canine Academy. Starting with meager savings, he set up a modest space in South California, a sanctuary to train and rehabilitate dogs deemed beyond saving. Word spread about the man who could talk to dogs. More people sought him out, from everyday pet owners to celebrities. Among them was someone who would elevate Cesar to new heights: Jada Pinkett Smith. Jada Pinkett Smith, the renowned actress and wife of Will Smith, was a passionate dog lover. She heard of Cesar Milan, sought his help, and was instantly struck by his way with dogs. Beyond being a client, Jada became his fiercest advocate. She connected him with Hollywood's influential figures, opening an entirely new path. With this support, Cesar expanded his reach. He established the Dog Psychology Center in Los Angeles, a facility dedicated to aiding dogs with behavioral issues. It wasn't just a training ground, but a place of renewal, where dogs labeled too dangerous got a second chance. The biggest turning point in Cesar's career came in 2004, when National Geographic invited him to star in a reality TV show. At first, a program about dog training sounded unconventional, but from its debut, Dog Whisperer became a sensation. Millions worldwide were captivated by how Cesar tamed the most stubborn dogs with nothing but body language and unshakable confidence. He didn't rely on force or yelling, simply fostering a natural bond between human and canine. The show didn't just help dogs, it reshaped how people viewed pet ownership. Cesar Milan wasn't merely a trainer, He was an inspiration, a symbol of the connection between humans and animals. He taught the world, dogs don't follow instability. They follow calm, assertive energy. Within a few years, Cesar went from an unknown immigrant to one of the most recognized names in dog training. He appeared on countless TV shows, penned best-selling books, and spoke to audiences globally. But with fame came controversy. Experts argued his methods rested on outdated theories, and some animal rights groups accused him of harsh techniques. Love him or not, one truth stands. Cesar Milan revolutionized how we see dogs. From a poor boy in Mexico to a TV star, his journey proves that with faith and persistence, you can change the world. And this was just the beginning of the drama ahead. Cesar Milan's reputation soared like a kite catching the wind, but alongside his fame came a storm of controversy that gradually surrounded him. To millions of fans worldwide, he was the dog whisperer, a man who could connect with dogs in an almost mystical way, transforming ferocious, unruly animals into loyal companions. Yet, to many dog training experts and animal welfare organizations, his methods were something fiercely contentious. Cesar Milan built his entire dog training philosophy on the theory of dominance, a belief that dogs operate within a hierarchical system where the pack leader controls the group. In his view, humans must become the alpha, the supreme leader whom dogs respect and obey. To achieve this, he employed techniques he described as calm, assertive energy, paired with behavior control methods he deemed effective. However, the dominance theory Cesar relied on has been dismissed by many animal researchers as outdated and unreflective of how dogs truly function in nature. Some experts argue that dogs don't adhere to the rigid pack structure seen in wild wolves, and applying overly controlling techniques might instill fear rather than respect. The controversy erupted powerfully in 2012 when Cesar appeared on The Alan Titchmarsh Show, a renowned British talk show. What seemed like a golden opportunity to share his training philosophy turned into one of the most turbulent moments of his career. Alan Titchmarsh, the host, showed no hesitation in confronting Cesar. He directly accused Cesar's training methods of being harsh and unnecessary. A clip aired during the show depicted Cesar using the alpha roll technique, where the trainer flips a dog onto its back and holds it down to assert authority. For supporters, this was a way to establish leadership. For critics, it was an act that caused distress and fear in the animal. Titchmarsh didn't hold back with his pointed questions. Do you truly believe this method is necessary? Are you aware that many animal behavior experts oppose your approach? Cesar, as always, maintained his composed demeanor. He responded by explaining that every technique he used aimed to restore balance in dogs, and he never intended to harm any animal. But for those already skeptical of his methods, his answer fell short of convincing. After the interview, the controversy didn't subside. It exploded even further. The Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, RSPCA, one of the world's leading animal welfare organizations, publicly condemned Cesar Milan's training methods. In an official statement, the RSPCA criticized his use of coercive techniques, asserting that they could inflict psychological and physical harm on dogs. Forcing and punishing isn't the way to foster a healthy bond between humans and animals, an RSPCA spokesperson declared. Dominance-based methods are not only outdated but can backfire, worsening a dog's behavior rather than improving it. Across forums, social media, and professional articles, a heated debate ignited. Cesar's supporters argued that he had helped thousands of dogs regain balance, and that only those who truly understood him could fairly judge his work. His detractors, however, insisted that results couldn't justify methods, especially when evidence suggested some dogs suffered from his strict training tactics. Several animal behavior experts also weighed in. They proposed that instead of relying on dominance, humans should focus on positive training methods, rewarding and reinforcing good behavior rather than imposing authority over the animal. A study from the University of Bristol even revealed that dogs trained with coercive methods were more likely to develop anxiety and aggression compared to those trained positively. Yet, despite the criticism, Cesar Milan stood firm in his beliefs. He continued appearing on television, hosting workshops, and launching online training programs. To him, the backlash was simply part of being in the spotlight. "I don't expect everyone to agree with me, but I believe the dogs understand me, and that's what matters most," Cesar once said in an interview. The controversies didn't diminish his appeal. Rather, they amplified the spotlight on Cesar Milan, making him a central figure in every discussion about dog training. But were his methods truly effective, or was he simply a master at crafting an image? The story doesn't end here. More challenges and turbulence await Cesar Milan ahead. Criticism of Cesar Milan's training methods was one thing, but legal troubles became the true tempest threatening the dog whisperer's reputation. As his fame peaked, he faced not only pressure from animal welfare groups, but also a series of prolonged lawsuits that spanned years. The first legal battle struck in 2006 when Milan was at the height of his career with his reality TV show. A television producer named Floty Suarez filed a lawsuit against him, alleging that his dog nearly perished after being forced to run on a treadmill at Milan's Dog Psychology Center. According to Suarez, the dog suffered choking and required emergency hospitalization following the session. This accusation left the public reeling. Milan had long been praised for his natural ability to train dogs, helping uncontrollable animals find balance. But this lawsuit painted a starkly different picture, a tough trainer whose methods might endanger an animal's life. Milan swiftly denied the claims. His legal team asserted that all training exercises followed safe protocols with no mistreatment of animals involved. Nevertheless, the lawsuit cast a significant shadow over his reputation. In the years that followed, Milan continued expanding his dog training empire, but legal woes refused to relent. In 2015, a nurse from Florida sued Milan after being attacked by a dog. Notably, this dog had previously been trained at Milan's center. According to the victim's testimony, the animal suddenly turned aggressive and bit her uncontrollably, causing severe injuries. The incident raised pressing questions. If Milan could truly tame aggressive dogs, why did one he trained launch such an attack? Were his methods only temporarily effective, with animals reverting to wild instincts once out of his supervision? This time, the backlash against Cesar Milan swelled. Some animal rights activists demanded an investigation into the training practices at his Dog Psychology Center, arguing that he wasn't just using outdated techniques, but potentially endangering both dogs and people. Yet the greatest storm in Cesar Milan's career was still brewing. In 2021, he faced a lawsuit from Lydia Matis, a promising gymnast. According to Matis's account, in 2017, while visiting one of Milan's training facilities, she was attacked by Junior, one of Milan's own dogs. The injuries were so severe that they impacted her gymnastics career. But the lawsuit didn't stop there. Matis alleged that Milan's dog had previously killed the pet dog of singer Queen Latifah. She accused Milan of covering up the incident by pressuring staff to lie, claiming Queen Latifah's dog died in a car accident. This revelation spread like wildfire across headlines, leaving the public stunned. If true, it wouldn't just tarnish Milan's reputation, it could lead to serious legal consequences. In response, Milan denied all allegations. His legal team stated that Junior was a trained dog, and there was no clear evidence he had attacked Lydia Matis or killed Queen Latifah's pet. They also insisted Milan had not concealed anything. Even so, this lawsuit thrust Milan into his most precarious position yet. Fans who once adored him began to wonder, was the dog whisperer they admired less flawless than they'd believed? Milan's public image eroded further. Some brands that once partnered with him started distancing themselves. TV shows that had invited him as a guest began reconsidering. But despite the onslaught, Cesar Milan refused to back down. He pressed on with his training work, continued TV appearances, and staunchly defended the philosophy he'd pursued for years. Under the stage lights, Cesar Milan was a gifted dog trainer, a TV star with a radiant smile and unshakable calm. Few knew that behind his dazzling career, his personal life plunged into a period of profound turmoil, testing his patience, faith, and will to carry on. The year 2010 was a dark chapter for Milan. While his career peaked with Dog Whisperer, he received a blow he'd likely never forget. Ilusion Wilson Milan, his wife of 16 years, filed for divorce. Their marriage had once been a public ideal. Ilusion wasn't just a spouse, but a vital partner in Cesar's career. She helped him establish his company, expand the Cesar Milan brand, and transform him from a penniless immigrant into a globally recognized TV figure. Yet, beneath the happy facade, their relationship had long been fracturing. Relentless work schedules, media pressure, financial strain, and differing business approaches drove them apart. When Ilusion walked away, Milan didn't just lose a partner, he faced a grueling legal battle over assets and rights. The divorce left him utterly broken. But more devastating than losing his wife, around the same time, Milan lost another dear companion. Daddy, his loyal pit bull who'd been by his side for years. To Milan, Daddy was more than a dog, he was the soul of his career. This companion wasn't just a friend, but a living example of Milan's beliefs, that even dogs deemed dangerous could become calm and loyal with proper guidance. Daddy's passing plunged Milan into deep depression. He felt his world collapsing. Without family or his trusted companion, everything he'd built seemed meaningless. In his darkest moment, Milan contemplated giving up entirely. He later admitted in an interview that he once lost the will to live. But amid despair, a miracle emerged. Milan found a faint glimmer in the darkness, and that light was Jahira Dar. Jahira entered Milan's life in August 2010, when he was at his lowest. A fashion and lifestyle expert with no ties to the dog world, her warmth, patience, and understanding gradually pulled him from the abyss. Jahira wasn't just a partner, she was a companion who helped him rediscover himself. She urged him to pursue his passion, restoring his faith in life and work. Milan once spoke of her with heartfelt gratitude. She has helped me rebuild my life and my family after my divorce and loss of Daddy. She is compassionate, gentle, instinctual, spiritual, intelligent, fun, strong, adventurous, and loving. She embodies the principles that I value most: honesty, integrity, and loyalty. With Jahira's encouragement, Milan began to rise again. He returned to training, expanded personal projects, and focused on aiding dogs in need of rescue. In 2016, he proposed to Jahira, affirming that she was the woman who'd restored his life's meaning. Cesar Milan's story isn't just about a great dog trainer, it's about a man who teetered on the edge of collapse but found a reason to keep going. Somehow, amid controversies, lawsuits, criticism, and painful losses, Milan stood resilient. Perhaps the dogs he trained, with their lessons of patience, loyalty, and recovery, taught him that no matter how often life knocks you down, the key is to rise and move forward. After years of upheaval, Cesar Milan didn't just climb out of despair, he launched a new chapter in his career and life.